Welcome back to Boring Gear Reviews. Next up, we have the Ghostfire Space Reverb. Thanks so much to Ghostfire for sending me the Space Reverb. Okay, so what we have here is a reverb pedal in a super small enclosure that has 9 different algorithms. And the craziest thing about this thing is like under $50. We've got room, hall, plate, spring, and shimmer, cloud, bloom, swell, and lo-fi. Then we have our control for decay, which will control the length of the reverb. Mix will be your wet-dry mix. And then the 3 on the bottom are parameters 1, 2, and 3. For the most part, parameters 1 and 2 will control high and low EQ for most of the algorithms, and parameter 3 will vary for each one. One thing I really like here is that they put all that information on the back, so you don't constantly have to go back to the manual to look all this stuff up. You can just flip the pedal over and it has all the information of what those parameters do per algorithm. Okay, in this first clip, we're going to be in the spring setting, and it's going to be kind of like a lush reverb sound. Full disclosure, I found the room, plate, hall, and spring algorithms to be fairly similar. I didn't hear like a big distinction between those sounds. They definitely sound a little different, but I feel that those 4 algorithms just kind of sound like a digital reverb. But that's not to say it's bad. I think all the sounds in here are very cool. I just wanted to say up front that I think that these first 4 algorithms are very similar and just kind of like represent slightly different characteristics of a digital reverb. Regardless, what we get here is a big, lush, really nice reverb. I dig the way it responds to my pick attack and like kind of complements dynamics pretty well. So enjoy. All right, next up, we're going to be in the cloud setting, and here we're going to have it fully wet with the diffusion all the way up in parameter 3 as well. So what this gives us is almost like a pad type of reverb. I really love the way this sounds. So I kind of like strum a big chord and then it kind of like bellows up behind it. It just made for a really interesting sound. Again, I wouldn't get too hung up on the names of the algorithms. They just have their own unique sound, and I think this one sounds really cool. So enjoy. And lastly, we're going to be in the bloom setting. And here we're going to have kind of like a lot of, essentially like a pre-delay. So I'll hit a note and then it'll kind of pop in behind it. This made for a lot of really cool rhythmic stuff. And I'm also going to be using higher gain here. And I really like the way these two paired together. The Space Reverb almost wants to like feedback or oscillate. It doesn't do that, but like it almost wants to do that. And for me, it made like a really, really cool sound. There's something kind of haunting and ethereal about it that I really dug. So enjoy. And that'll do it for the Space Reverb from Ghostfire. This pedal definitely sounds like a digital reverb. To me, it does not sound like an organic reverb, but that is not bad. It's just another option for reverb. And for under $50, it's insane that you get kind of so much in like this tiny little pedal. One thing I will point out is this knob that switches between the algorithms. I wish it had like kind of harder, more defined clicks so I knew exactly where I was, because as it is, it's a little loose and you can kind of find yourself in between settings or not knowing exactly which setting you're on unless you really kind of pay attention and look at it. So, you know, if they ever updated that, I think an upgrade to that pot would be really useful and beneficial. But overall, I think it's cool. It's got its own unique sound, its own unique flavor. I wouldn't get too hung up on the names of the algorithms. Just kind of like vibe with the sounds you're going to get and then approach your creativity from that space. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you dig the content, please consider hitting subscribe, like, share, comment. That stuff really helps me out, helps the channel grow, and I truly appreciate it. Thanks again, and until next time, peace.